An attempted traffic stop turned deadly when the suspect ran from police and crashed into another driver. This afternoon, Coley Stotts is charged with murder, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and fleeing and evading police. That crash happened at the intersection of 35th and Bank Streets last night. That's about a half mile from where police attempted to conduct that traffic stop at 33rd and Flans around 6:20.
The officer activated his emergency equipment for approximately 11 seconds. As the suspect began to flee, the officer deactivated his emergency equipment.
LMPD's Dwight Mitchell says Scotts drove into that intersection at 35th and Bank Streets. A car unrelated to the incident was also pulling into that intersection and had the right-of-way when it was hit by the fleeing car. Both drivers were taken to U of L Hospital for their injuries. The driver who was hit died. You can download the WHAS11 app for the very latest developments in this case. It's been 7 months and the family of Amanda Miller is still seeking justice for her murder. Although LMPD has a suspect, police still need tips from the community to make an arrest. Miller was shot in the CVS parking lot over Memorial Day weekend and later died during surgery. Our Ian Hardwood and photojournalist Emma Gefter spoke to her mother and daughter.
I remember after I took that photo, she had posted it on Facebook and said, "Me and my little 1400s.
Amaya Miller, one of Amanda Miller's 3 children, holds her mother close. She's wearing a necklace etched with her mom's face.
I just can bring her with me anywhere still.
Valerie Garrett, Amaya's grandmother, got her the gift for Christmas. It's just one way they preserve Amanda's memory as they seek justice.
You can't put it into words, the pain that we feel every day. It doesn't get easier. It gets harder every day. Your feet hit the floor and you know she's not there. She's not going to be there.
Miller was shot at this CVS parking lot where Preston meets Eastern Broadway. It happened around 7:30 p.m., but that was last May, and LMPD still hasn't been able to make an arrest. They released a suspect back in September, Maurice Byers, who's also known as Rayshawn. Byers and Amanda dated for 3 weeks, and she was ending their relationship.
She left my home at 6:06.
Garrett saw her daughter for the last time when she left the Memorial Day cookout and went to meet Byers. Then she was shot, sent to the hospital, and died during surgery. Without an arrest, the grieving mother says this will happen again.
There's going to be another Amanda Miller's mother sitting here. There's going to be more children without a mom that has to relocate their home, their whole life, everything because one man couldn't take rejection.
LMPD needs help finding Byers.
Just in homicide cases in general, people have to talk to us for us to solve these things, and that goes the same with apprehending individuals. We depend on the public heavily for information.
Although it comes with tears, Garrett remembers Amanda as the picture taker and the first one to hop on the slip and slide.
She was our everything. He took our life, he took our breath away from us, and she deserves justice.
Amanda Miller's family is offering a $5,000 reward for anyone who brings information leading to an arrest. The lead detective in this case is asking for people with information on Maurice Byers to call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. A home in the Irish Hill neighborhood is a total loss after an early morning fire. It happened on Hull Street around 5 this morning. Louisville Fire said everyone made it out of the building safely, but they're still working to determine what caused that fire. Up in Scott County, Indiana, detectives do not believe foul play was involved after a man was found dead inside of a house fire. Indiana State Police said it happened around 8:30 last night in the 1000 block of West Herod Road. Firefighters found his body when they entered that home. Indiana State Police are investigating. And right now, Louisville Fire's arson unit is looking into a deadly house fire in the Crescent Hill neighborhood. It happened on Frank Avenue, which is just off Frankfort Avenue. People at the scene told us the victim is 64-year-old Mark Shawcross, who was a former spokesperson for the Kentucky Derby Festival. No one else was injured in that fire, according to Louisville firefighters. Well, today we are expected to hear from former Louisville Metro Council member and 2024 High School Teacher of the Year, Kumar Rashad. JCPS said he was reassigned from his teaching duties at Breckenridge Metropolitan High back in October and put on non-instructional duties. In a statement about his reassignment, Rashad confirmed he is the subject of a pending JCPS investigation and is confident the outcome will clear his name. Rashad is currently looking to serve as vice president of the Jefferson County Teachers Association. A gift of $500,000 to Louisville's Water Step is turning one of our city's darkest days into a source of light. It was made in honor of Tommy Elliott, one of the Old National Bank shooting victims. Our Connor Steffen and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie explain.
It is truly a selfless and generous act and a beautiful way to honor him.
In one of the few public appearances she's made since losing her husband, Tommy Elliott, during the Old National Bank shooting.
I love you. Thank you.
Marianne Elliott looked formidable and graceful, accepting a $500,000 donation on hers and Tommy's behalf.
In the midst of deep loss and grief, there's not only a search for the evidence of hope, but how that hope might be inserted amongst the lives of others.
Joined by her friend of 16 years,
it's an amazing friendship that started there and that continues.
Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear applauded Elliott's strength.
And just to see how she continues to lead with grace, to try to use one of the worst moments I know of her life in ways that benefit other people's. You see a little glimpse of God there.
He would seriously be so proud to see Kentucky leading the way for a cause that's so vitally important.
Now the hope is that this anonymous donation can spark a further global campaign where WaterStep can bring more equipment like this and simple water solutions to places across the globe.
When the gift was given, he and I both kind of fell on our knees and wept because not only of the power of that amount of money that we knew that we could do, but because of the honor for you and Tommy.
I know his legacy will live on as long as people continue to do good work in the world.
Using one of our city's darkest days to benefit the rest of the world. In Louisville, Connor Steffen, the WHAS 1119, on your side.
WaterStep leaders say they hope to bring in another $5 million in donations to expand the global project.
Having a home rule city would give us a lot of opportunities to do things that we currently don't have.
Hasn't been done in Louisville in decades. Today, residents in Eastwood are looking to form their own city within the county. And thanks to a new law taking effect in July, this could become a reality as early as this year. Tonight at 6, the effort to incorporate Eastwood, which neighborhoods would fall within its city limits, and what they'd get out of this proposed change.